Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today is nomination day and it's Big Brother. Now I'm just unlocking the gates of hell to let Mackenzie and Emilie out. I think they've had enough. I think they've been in hell long enough, so I'm letting them out. And if you remember, there was 5 of them in hell, but some of the housemates got the opportunity to save them from hell, and Trey was one of them. And Trey did not choose to save his sister from hell. He thought, you know what, I'm going to wind her up a wee bit. I think it'd be funny to not save her, and he chose to save Landon. And the housemates are just pretty much getting themselves up and ready to start their day. Ronnie made their breakfast. So yeah, Trey saved Landon, and Sienna was saved by Kolton. Kolton saved Sienna, and Alex saved Scott. Now, also with regards to the sauna, you guys had to decide who was going to get into the sauna and have access to it. And you guys decided that Alex was the one that would have access to the sauna. And she was allowed to pick 2 housemates, as I explained to you. So she picked Natalie, of course. I mean, they're besties. They shared a bed last night and everything. And also she chose Scott, which actually became quite an unlikely, not an unlikely friendship, but quite a quick friendship. And I can't believe that you, sweetheart, that you are swimming in heels. Like, I'm impressed. I'm so very impressed. So I thought today we would kind of see the housemates socialising with each other and things like that. And the nominations will obviously be happening. Now, we'll do the nominations half and half, as we have said. A couple of things to mention. The original Big Brother, Jay, is really ill. So unfortunately, he can't record for Big Brother. So Chris has stepped in. So you'll notice the voice has changed quite dramatically, and that's why. So get better soon, Jay. And also, due to unforeseen circumstances, Sienna was unable to give her nominations tonight. But you will see who, I'll tell you who she's nominated, and you'll also see her nominations on Saturday for who she's nominated. Alright, so just get that out of the way. So Alex then, so let me have a quick look. So I thought it'd be nice to just to have them socialise with each other, because we haven't really seen that. It's mainly been sort of diary room feedback and diary room footage. She's going to listen to Scott, but you know what? I'm going to get you to eat something, because I'd kind of like you. I don't know if there's anything left. Is there anything left? Yeah, go and eat some fried rice. Why not? And Scott, I'm going to let you go, and is everyone in here? What's happening? What's happening in here? We've got a nice wee convoy of people. Sienna's going to wash all the dishes on the lot, guys. That's interesting. And Mackenzie's friends with Landon. Why don't you tell him a funny story? Brighten his day. Boast about good looks. No, don't do that. Brighten day. Kolton talking to Ronnie, which is nice, because she was really needing her social up. And they've actually became good friends, which is quite adorable. Okay, that's quite adorable. So they're kind of getting on quite well, which is nice. I do feel that Ronnie definitely needed her social up, so it's nice that, oh, Scott's just skinny dipped in the hot tub. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, he's like, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is what I wanted. Natalie, how are you? She's not even up yet. Seriously, Natalie, you're not even up. Come on, get your caboose out of bed. You've got a spa to go to. You have got a spa to go to. And Alex, you can stop checking yourself out. She's like, yeah, check me out in my heels and my tattoos. Why don't you go and get in? Why don't you go and get in with Scott? I mean, he is kind of skinny dipping, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, so what I'm going to do while she's making her way there, let's see, I don't know, I think she'll just get in. I don't know if she'll skinny dip. React to skinny dipper. So is she going to be shocked? Or is she going to love it? I don't know. Maybe I should take that heels off her. He's like, oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting you to come in. Trey is phoning Landon. No, we can't speak. She's like, woohoo! Sexy boy. Sexy boy, right? Why don't you get yourself a revitalising mud bath? And rather than you go all the way to that toilet, why don't you just go to Why can't you... Yeah, go and use that toilet. There's no need for you to go all the way into the house in those pyjamas, sweetheart. Those pyjamas, really, really... Natalie, once you're up, she's going to make herself... Sweetheart, you don't need to make yourself... There's leftovers. Go and get yourself some leftovers and then get yourself into the spa. But it's nice that Alex is getting the chance to relax. She's like, oh... This is the life. This is the freaking life. I could be doing with that myself, actually, to be honest with you. Scott's like, okay, that was nice. So why don't you go and enjoy refreshing steam? Turn the waterfall off. No, keep it on. Hydrotherapy in use. Okay, so she's using that. So you come and enjoy the steam. And then Natalie, why don't you come and... Why don't you come and share a secret? And enthuse about exercise. And just let these three kind of get to know each other. And spend some quality time. What's Emilie up to? She is exercising in the pool. She did say she used the pool every day at home. So she obviously is a water baby for sure. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let you see the first half of the noms. And then we'll come back for more house action.
Can you give me the name of your first nomination and explain the reasons behind this nomination?
So, this will probably seem a little unfair. I mean, I've not spent any time with either of my nominations, but I don't really want to nominate anyone I spent time in hell with. I mean, I think they suffered enough, if nothing else. So, my first nomination is Ronnie. I tried to think of the two people that I would miss the least from the house, and Ronnie is one of them. According to Kolton, she's been quite withdrawn in the last week, and I'm thinking that maybe she isn't enjoying it as much as she hoped.
Now, can you give me the name of your second nomination?
My second nomination is Alex. The same reasons as last week. I haven't really spoken to her, and I don't know her well at all. However, I did have a little chat with her before coming in here to nominate, so... Perhaps if we keep on talking, I'm pretty sure this will be the last time I nominate her, because, as I suspected... I do think we will get on quite well.
Thank you. You may leave the diary room. Can you give me the name of your first nomination and explain the reasons behind this nomination?
Sienna, Sienna, Sienna. Can I vote for her twice? I just don't like her. Old girl is hiding something and nobody knows what, but I'm not the only one that thinks it. I hate sneaky people, and she is the sneakiest of sneaks. I feel like a broken record voting for her, but I have tried, Big Brother. During our time in hell, I tried every single day to find something in common, but she is impossible. I hope that Scott has seen her true nature now, because him giving her those puppy dog eyes was killing me. I am crushing on that boy so hard. But anyway, my first nomination is Sienna.
Now, can you give me the name of your second nomination?
My second nomination is Emilie. She clearly likes Landon as more than a friend. And to be honest with you, Big Brother, it makes me cringe. I mean, it's so obvious. And she is coming across as more than a little desperate, if you know what I'm saying. Single white female and everything. I'm just saying, I hope Landon doesn't have any bunnies. She is already talking about their traveling together after the show, etc., blah, blah, blah. Like, sweetheart. You have known him for 5 minutes. Slow your roll.
Thank you. You may leave the diary room. Can you give me the name of your first nomination and explain the reasons behind this nomination?
My first nomination is Sienna. I don't think she's a very nice person, or at least is needing some sort of counseling, because she is never the same person twice, and it's kind of concerning. I like to think I'm a pretty chill person. What you see is what you get with me. But with her, that's not the case. When she was in hell, it was okay because she was not here. But now she's out and it's like super uncomfortable. Plus, she's playing Scott like a fiddle. And he's so sweet and it's so frustrating to watch, if I'm being completely honest.
Now, can you give me the name of your second nomination?
My second nomination is Emilie. I don't know what it is about her, but I don't feel like she's made much of an effort to get to know me. Now, I know most of you will say, well, she's been in hell. How could she get to know you? But it's been a few days and she still hasn't come near me. And she's buzzing around Landon all day, every day, and doesn't seem interested in much else. She seems like the kind of girl who would drop her friends for a guy in a heartbeat. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am.
Thank you. You may leave the diary room. Can you give me the name of your first nomination and explain the reasons behind this nomination?
My first nomination is Sienna. Now I know I said last week that I was loving her, but the rest of the week in hell she was a nightmare. She seems to have two personalities. In one moment she's very sweet, clever, and kind, but then she switches and becomes distant and cold, and ends up causing arguments with people and between them. Poor Scott. His head is twisted with it all. He clearly likes her, and she was blowing so hot and cold it was painful to watch. I don't know, Big Brother. Maybe it was stress-related from being in hell, but she is acting very strangely, and I can't quite figure out what on earth is going on.
Now, can you give me the name of your second nomination?
My second is Mackenzie. This was a horrible choice, but I don't feel that it would be fair for me to nominate any of the non-hell housemates, as I haven't spoken to them for almost a week, so I need to go for someone else in hell. I love Landon. He is my best friend in here, and Scott and I have developed a really nice, unexpected friendship, and I've already voted for Sienna, so Mackenzie was the only one left. She is a funny girl, and I don't have anything bad to say about her, but she's the only one in that room, apart from Sienna, I don't think I would miss in the house.
You mentioned Scott and Landon. Any romantic feelings there?
Honestly, yes. Can't quite believe I'm saying this out loud, but I have such a crush on Landon. At first, I really felt it was just a great friendship. Only the longer we have been thrown together in hell, the more my feelings have grown for him. He is so talented, funny, incredibly humble, and I love his confidence. I don't think these feelings are reciprocated, so I will definitely be keeping them to myself. Scott, it's purely friendship. I got the impression when we first went into the house that he didn't like me at all. He made a few sarcastic remarks towards me, but since being in hell together, he seems to have put all that behind him. So I'm pleased to say I have a new friend in the house.
Thank you. You may leave the diary room.
Alrighty guys, so that was the first half of the nominations, and just to keep you updated, Sienna's nomination was for Kenzie, Mackenzie and Alex, so that's who she nominated. You will see her full reasons and everything like that on Saturday, as well as some extra kind of footage from all of the housemates on Saturday as well. So her votes go for Kenzie and Alex, and yes. So, the house action. So, we've now got Mackenzie. What are you up to, sweetheart? She's cleaning. So, she's really kind of mucking in. She's like, do you know what? I need to try here. And why don't you clean up that as well? She wants to become friends with Landon. And Sienna was talking to Scott, but that didn't go down too well. Alex is feeling younger and more revitalised. Is she really? Yeah, she does. She definitely does seem to. Let's come and give a funny inside joke. Sweetheart, don't go out. You'll be sweating like an absolute heathen if you're in there. Like, get in your swimwear. Scott's like, oh my goodness, check her out. She is hot to trot. Tell a joke, invite to cuddle. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Do you? Make a silly face. Scott has a good sense of humour, which means he loves others' jokes. And it looks like Emilie, due to her swimming, is trimming up. So it says. Okay. So Scott and Ronnie are kind of hanging about together today, which is kind of nice. Which is kind of nice that they're sort of hanging about. And Ronnie's got herself a gorgeous tan. She is like a dream figure, hasn't she? She really does. She's a beautiful girl. And she's going to have a hold breath contest with Emilie. So it's nice to see Ronnie kind of taking part and things like that, because a lot of the housemates have been saying, obviously she's a bit more withdrawn, but obviously she's taking part, which is good. Oh, it's Scott's having the hold breath contest with Emilie. Landon, what are you up to? Landon's still trying with Sienna. But it just doesn't seem to work. It really doesn't. Try and give her a funny story. Ask if she slept well. Let's stay to the easy sort of things. Compliment her cleverness, because we know that she is. And okay, she liked that joke, so that's good. So she's liking the jokes. Alex is going to go use the bathroom. Maybe she doesn't want anyone to hear her. And these two are in here. And also let me know, guys, down in the comments below who you're kind of shipping. Because I'm kind of interested. Let's get her to consider his attractiveness. Let's see if she's attracted. Let's see. Does she think he's attractive? Let's see. I don't know. I don't care what anyone else thinks. You're hot. And she finds Scott blindingly stunning. So that's interesting. It is about new house. Tell him a funny story. And you can come back in here and you can have some hydrotherapy. Go for it. You only have access to this spa for a few moments, so, you know, don't waste it. But yeah, quite a lot of people are still holding out for Sienna and Scott. They're still hoping that, you know, the whole issue of her blown hot and cold has been purely from being in hell and things like that. But I think Natalie and Scott have got quite a cute little vibe. Personally, I'm just going to put it out there, I kind of ship Alex and Natalie. I do. I actually do, but again, I don't, I do control it in a way, but I don't. It really is kind of, I'm interested to see what you guys think as well. So they've built up a nice wee friendship, which is nice. Tell her a funny story again. Emilie, you still swimming? No, she's trying to speak to, my goodness, a couple of days in the pool and look, it slimmed her right down. I wish I could go into the pool a couple of times and then just lose all that weight. Like, she's got super thin. Okay, you're supposed to be my curvy lady, Emilie. Don't you go and, well, you can if you want, what can I say? She wants to become best friends with Scott. That was a turnaround for sure in that diary room. She wants to become good friends with Landon, have 5 friends, and go to the day spa. Landon thinks Sienna is being boring. So he seems to be trying really, really hard, but it's just not working. But then they're 2 divas together, and I think that's probably why. Wants to become friends with Mackenzie. I think him and Mackenzie were really good friends, and then they spent the time in hell together, and it just got a bit tense. Let's just say that. And they're good friends, which is cute. So they become good friends. She's having her hydrotherapy. Why don't you tell Scott a funny story and tell him an inside joke and make a silly face. Now, also with the nominations, they a lot of you said don't do the fact that they can see it as it's happening, play it to them on the big screen after everyone's nominated. So that is what we're going to do tonight. So basically, after the next round of nominations, which you will see in a second, I will go and get the big cinema screen all set up and things like that. They're best friends. Nice. Alex, as you know, has got a bit of a thing for Scott. So why don't we actually get her to flirt a little bit with him? Because, she would, if she's got a wee bit of a thing for him, she probably would flirt. So we'll see how he responds to that. We'll see how he responds. I'm interested to see how he responds, if he responds back. Okay, so it looks like he kinda accepted that. He seemed quite happy with that. She thinks that Scott's been flirty as well. So there you go. He wants to have 8 friends, give a gift to Natalie and give a gift to Emilie, which is quite adorable. And he's going to give her a friendly hug. Really cute, actually. And she's flirting with him again. She's like, Laurie, you gave me permission to flirt with him. I'm going to flirt with him. And he's going to compliment her back. I'm just going to let this go here. This is unexpected. Okay, guys, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut to the next set of nominations, and I'm trying to watch them in the pool. Oh my goodness, Emilie, yes, please don't die in the pool. Please, Emilie, do not die in that pool. So she's exhausted. So why don't you go and, I don't know, why don't you start... Okay, she doesn't seem to be able to cook anything on that. Why don't you go and serve some vegetable medley? Just need to make sure that none of them drown, because this is an issue. If they swim too much, then they can drown. So yeah, so I'll cut to the next round of nominations.
Can you give me the name of your first nomination and explain the reasons behind this nomination?
Okay, so this week was definitely harder when it comes to nominations, because half of the housemates have been stuck in hell, so I haven't really had a chance to get to know them any more than I already had. But unfortunately, I just gotta say Ronnie again. Now look, she and I have vibed a little bit, and I've been trying so hard to open up the lines of communication, to really give her a chance. But I can see her struggling daily. She goes off on her own a lot and is constantly lost in her own thoughts. And I've seen her brushing away tears when she thinks nobody's looking. Look, I understand all this, and my heart breaks for her and what she must be going through. But I think that out of all the housemates here, she is the one that I am really struggling to build a foundation with. And to be honest, that is so exhausting. So unfortunately, for me, I gotta go with Ronnie.
Now, can you give me the name of your second nomination?
Sienna. When Scott, Natalie, and I were in the spa, he confided to us that she was vicious to him when they were in hell. He confessed that he had had a crush on her and was trying to get to know her, but she shot him down every opportunity she had. Now, just for the record, I am not nominating her out of jealousy, because jealousy is so very not my thing. But I didn't quite understand her then, and I definitely don't understand her now. She's showing nothing but mixed signals to the rest of the house. 1 minute being sweet and thoughtful, and the next having a go at some of us for no reason, like a spoiled, entitled brat. Inconsistency in behavior is a big neon sign that says, watch out, if you ask me.
You chose to save Scott from hell. Why?
I chose Scott because, in my opinion, out of all of them in there, he deserved it the least. That man has served in the army. If you ask me, he's had enough of the hot beds, garbage food, and cold ground. Everyone else in there seems to have had charmed lives up till now and doesn't want for anything in life. It's nice that they got to see the other side, as it were. But Scott? Nah, man. He didn't deserve to go in there at all.
Thank you. You may leave the diary room. Can you give me the name of your first nomination and explain the reasons behind this nomination?
My first nomination is Landon. I know he is probably the most popular housemate in here, but out of everyone I've probably talked to him the least, which is only natural, I guess, since he's been in hell. I hope I get a chance to speak to him one-on-one soon, though, because he seems like a really interesting guy, and I want to talk to him about the possibility of doing backup for him at his gigs. I need all the money I can get for Belle's college fund, so I'm willing to do anything I can to help my little girl.
Now, can you give me the name of your second nomination?
My second nomination is Ronnie. She doesn't seem interested in interacting with the group, and I'm not sure why. I know she had a bad breakup before she came into the house, but she is missing an opportunity here. Although I'm nominating her, I don't really want her to go, but I had to look at the housemates that I've spoken to the least, and sadly Ronnie's one of the two. I think I will try to make an extra effort with her, Big Brother, and see if I can help her come out of her shell a little bit this week.
Thank you. You may leave the diary room. Can you give me the name of your first nomination and explain the reasons behind this nomination?
My first nomination is Sienna. Now she's back in the house after being in hell, I realise how much nicer the house is without her. The housemates don't trust her at all, but they still flock around her to try and get information about her. But I don't care. If she wants to keep her secrets, let her. I've had enough backstabbing, secretive people to last me a lifetime. I also wish Scott would pry himself from her. I really do love Blondie, and it would be nice to get to know him better, but he's currently stuck to Sienna like shit on a shoe. So we'll see if I can entice him away somehow.
Now, can you give me the name of your second nomination?
My second nomination is Emilie. Now, I do feel a little bad for this because honestly, I haven't spent enough time with her due to the fact that she was in hell. But I really don't feel the house missed her either. She doesn't bring much to it, if I'm being honest. I think we all miss Landon for the laughs. But as far as Emilie goes, well, the house wouldn't miss her. Maybe next week, if we both survive, I can try and get to know her better. We'll see.
Thank you. You may leave the diary room. Can you give me the name of your first nomination and explain the reasons behind this nomination?
Well, I spent most of this week in hell, so there's some of the housemates that I really haven't got to know a lot. So, but the thing is, I'm going to have to nominate Kolton. And it's for a pathetic reason, really. He's competition. He saved Sienna from hell, so I'm thinking he must fancy her, which is a surprise because he's always buzzing around Alex and Natalie. But when he saved her from hell, I thought, oi, this lad likes her. And to be honest, out of the two of us, he's the one that probably has the better chance. He's got that sort of ex-bad boy thing going on, and we all know how women love a changed man. Plus, he's always talking about Belle, and you can see the women melting. So yeah, that's why I'm nominating him. That sounds worse when it comes out.
Now, can you give me the name of your second nomination?
My second nomination is Landon, and it's mainly because of Emilie. My opinion on her has completely changed from last week. I mean, completely changed. We are now what I would consider good friends. We shared quite a lot. Spending a week in hell with her, I mean, it sounds bad. It does, spending a week in hell with somebody sounds terrible. But literally, I found out the person that she is, and it isn't who I thought she was. I judged her way too quickly, and I'm ashamed to admit that I judged her way too harshly as well. She was telling me just the other day in hell that she does a lot of volunteer work and helps out at homeless centres across town. And get this, guys, she's also a regular donator to Help for Heroes, which is a fund set up for war vets after they leave the armed forces. This really opened my eyes to her. So I'm nominating Landon because it's clear Emilie has a crush on him. And I don't think the feelings are mutual. I don't think Landon sees her that way at all, and I really hope that she doesn't tell him that she likes him on live TV. For him to turn her down would absolutely humiliate her. And I want to protect her from that, so if he goes, then she won't get embarrassed, or at least that's the hope.
Thank you. You may leave the diary room.
Alrighty guys, so that is all the nominations done, and look who has decided to come over and interrupt Scott and Alex. Yes, it is Miss Sienna, and not only she came over, but she's came over in her sexy undies. She's like, yes, look at me, look at me, look at me. That is just Sienna. But yeah, so she was over there. She kind of heard the laughter and the joking and everything coming from him and Alex, and she was like, I think I'm just going to saunter over here and give him a wee show of my goodies. So why don't you just have a chat with him and give him, see if there's a bit new house, why don't you give him a friendly hug? And why don't you, I want to know, let's consider his attractiveness. I want to know what she thinks. What she actually thinks, because we know that Sienna at this point, she's got this big secret, and I think that's got a lot to do with this sort of split personality that she seems to kind of have at the moment. So talking about their favourite colours, pink. I like pink. I like pink too. We know you like pink, Sienna. We know he's like that. Do you know what? I don't mind pink. I don't mind pink. So as you now know, up for nomination is Miss Sienna, is Ronnie, and Emilie. So 3 girls up for nomination, and he fancies her, we know that, and she thinks he's blindingly stunning. So she is attracted to him, and he's definitely attracted to her. So that's interesting. She's going to listen to compliments, so he's complimenting her, and she's taking it quite well by the looks of things. And having a wee shakraba. Now, for me, Kolton, oh my goodness, what is this? Okay, so hell is now open for anyone to go in, and Ronnie is in hell, as is Scott. So I don't know whether they've said, you know what, Scott, I keep calling him Scott, I do apologise, Kolton. I don't know if Kolton's maybe said, well, do you know what, I'll take the hell bed, because there is only 3 beds in the good bit, if you like. So maybe he's said, you know what, yous have had the rubbish beds, I'll try it. And Emilie is in the sleeping bag. I don't know if Emilie feels a bit conditioned to hell. She maybe feels a bit safe in it, who knows. But she is in hell currently. So guys, that's the episode over. Let me know in the comment section down below what you are thinking, because it is night time. I'm going to gather all the housemates, of course, to the screen, so I will give you a little bit of footage of that. So just give me 2 ticks and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so the big screen is set up and they're about to see the nominations. Oh my goodness.
Can you give me the name of your first nomination and explain the reasons behind this nomination?
Well, I spent most of this week in hell, so there's some of the housemates that I really haven't got to know a lot. So, but the thing is, I'm going to have to nominate...
And I think I will leave it at that, guys. So, they have seen the nominations, or they will see all the nominations. I will play it to them all. But, yeah, we will see what the fallout will be from this. So I think it'll be pretty interesting on Saturday to get some of the reactions with what was said. And I will talk to you on Saturday. Please don't forget to go and vote for who you want to save, either Ronnie, Emilie or Sienna, and the poll will be on my website. And yeah, and leave me your comments down below who you're shipping, what you're feeling, who you're liking, who you're not. And I'll talk to you in my very next video, guys. And please leave a like if you enjoy.